Hello guys, welcome back to another reaction video here on Our Eyes Your Eyes. I'm ready to watch episode 8 of Ousama Ranking or Ranking of Kings. But before starting this video, I just want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell, leave a like to support me and join me in this amazing adventure. Okay, in the previous episode we saw how Boggi was training with the Despa, plus we saw that Miranjo made it. I mean, let's see how Daida can react to all these things. Are you ready to join me with this? Check it out. But that's the demon we saw once he died. Oh! I don't understand the boss. Ma boss? I can't believe this. Who's this? I mean, is she related to boss? Oh, so this is Boggi's mom, actually. Yes, she has the same face. And why did she die at this point? It's curious, I want to know. But I still don't understand the boss. He followed what Miranjo told him to do. I mean, yeah, I'm a man, we can see it. Okay, now we reached the moment in which he was having these huge battles and then he could become the king, right? Because I remember these scenes at the beginning of the first episode, maybe? Or episode 2? And that was Boggi. By Boggi being born, he could have become even stronger. Oh, so cute. Definitely little. But this is something crazy. Oh. He also had a weapon to break the stone into two. Hmm. Okay. Oh! No F way! I thought it was Miranjo who went inside Daida. No F way! No, my boss, you're crazy! No, don't worry, Healing, he's still alive. Okay, Thomas, we give you a chance. I imagined this. I imagined this. Yes! Good job, Hokuro! But she needs to know. She needs to know. Hokuro, you are great. No, he's doing the proper thing. No. Yes! Yes, he was the only one who was staying on Bojji's side. Good job, Hokuro. No, Thomas, you should have thought it before you did something like this. I don't think he will die because Queen Healing will appreciate this instead. Even if she's shocked. What? No, look, I'm speechless right now. King Boss, I have never expected something like this from you. Oh, you're still in time, Appius, to change your mind about all this situation, eh? This is disgusting. He is using his son? Even if he preferred to stay with Bojji only at this point because he said, I wanted to give Bojji everything. He didn't. So it means that I want to offer him everything. But I've never expected something like this. Laugh now because later you will cry. This is my motto. No, Healing, oh please, no. No, this is wrong. I thought that you would have behaved in a different way, even if we have to remember that we are in a kingdom, of course, but come on. He was loyal. Hokuro was loyal to report everything that happened. No, this is unfair. I don't agree with this, of course. Thank you, Hokuro, for what you did. Bojji will never forget about you, I'm pretty sure. Come on, Healing! Huh? Oh, Thomas! Oh, you have your chance to redeem yourself. Whoa! Go. See, oh! Oh, no, 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 because he thinks that that's Daida, but it's not. Healing? No, he is not Daida. Okay. Oh. Healing, you should recognize your song. Oh. What? Boggi. Yeah! Whoa! But look, I still have to understand what's in the boss's mind. No! These are the snakes of Babin, right? And this is Babin. Where is he now? I mean, yeah. Okay, at this point, the boss is acting like this because he wants the best for Boggi. Because actually, Boggi was his treasure, let's say, as a son. And he wants him to become the strongest. Or by being the strongest, he wants to confront him. Because that's a challenge for him. I told you that baby is alive. Yes. Thank you, baby. You saved Boggi, eh? Yes, he is. I imagined this. No, let us know what you say to him. Maybe he's going to... Yeah, they are going to find the Boggi. Or to take care of Boggi. Yeah, I know you feel guilty. Yes! Yes, he told you that? Yeah, but poor Daida, let me tell you. Ah! Oh, this is good. I told you they go to check Boggi, I mean... yeah, I think they are finding a way to reach him. Ah! Ah, okay, okay. Me neither. Yeah, that's true. Yes. Yes! Good job, Thomas. So he has to go to the underground to defeat the monsters. I thought that he wanted to reach Boggi somehow, but... Okay. He was using more or less the same weapon King Boss used. Okay, it was not the same, but the size. I told you he was using the biggest one, maybe. Or maybe not. them. No healing, please. Uh, I am scared a little bit from him. Maybe it's because of Dinah. And I want to know too. Daida! Yeah, I told you he will manage somehow these things. No, you have to do it by yourself at this point. He will find the way to go out from this thing. Okay, this was another incredible episode. Oh my! I thought something totally different, and let's go step by step as always, because I wanted to tell you all of my thoughts regarding this episode in particular. Okay, if we start from Boss, at the beginning, we see that he's making this pact with the devil thanks to Miranjo because he wants to be the strongest. He wants to acquire strength more and more. To be honest, in this beginning of the episode, I didn't like it so much. I mean, I don't like King Boss because he really wants to become stronger, and instead of practicing more and more and more, he prefers to make this pact with the devil and to reach this strength thanks to that. But Miranjo is telling him that they need this blood relation. I mean, they need this blood related person that can help him to gain this strength. And of course, he didn't have kids, so he had to reproduce himself with this woman who is the mother of Boggi. And in fact, he could have had Boggi thanks to her. And from healing, he could have had Daida. But at this point, I don't understand King Boss totally. I hope it's not just my fault. I mean, I hope that it's quite normal, all this. Because when we see that Boggi is born, he's saying, I want to build a village over here and I want to give Boggi everything. That means he seems to be a nice father who wants to give everything to his son, and there's nothing wrong with it, right? But at the same time, we see that now he reincarnated into Daida's body and he is waiting. It seems so. He is waiting to challenge Boggi because he knows, thanks to Miranjo, that Boggi right now is the strongest of the world. Does this mean that he wants to confront him? Because I remember that at the beginning of the episode, he was saying to the mother of Boggi, who is the strongest here? Are you the strongest here? And then he wanted to challenge her, okay? To see if she was really strong enough to beat him. But then she was defeated. Does this mean that he wants to see if Boggi, after finishing his training with the Despa and after so many other adventures, he will finally become his great challenge that he wants to defeat? I hope not. This is the worst option, okay? I hope that he is just happy for the fact that Boggi could have become the strongest of the world. I don't know what to think, sincerely, because even when he's saying Boggi is safe, don't worry, he's in the underground, he's training, blah 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 blah, he seems so proud of him and he seems so happy, but I don't know if I am confusing this smile he had while saying this or not. I mean, I don't know if that smile, even if he's inside Daida's body, he's a smile of happiness or pride because his son could have become the strongest, or it's a smile of a challenge that means, oh, okay, you became the strongest of the world, can't wait to meet you and to fight you or to challenge you. I don't know, but I have mixed feelings in this episode too, so it's better for me to wait and see what's going on, because I was so speechless to see that it was not Miranjo who was going inside Daida's body, but it was King Bosse, and Miranjo is next to Bosse since the beginning. So of course she is the problem, okay, of all this, because maybe she was tricking Bosse by telling him that there was a way to gain more power, and that's what happened to Daida too, right? Because Daida too was trying to be convinced by Miranjo's words that he could have become the new king, and in fact she tricked him, because while they reached the underground, let's say, he could found the truth. I mean, the real project was to use him in order to be able to let the King Bosse come inside his body and revive himself. But look, Miranjo is the problem here, of course. But at the same time, I was expecting from King Bosse not to be tricked, not to follow Miranjo like that. I was a little bit surprised, to be honest, because since the previous two episodes, when we see that Appius, he is next to King Bosse, and King Bosse is telling him to go next to Miranjo to talk to her or to listen to her. Yeah, even in that episode I was saying, well, look, my boss is next to her and he's saying, oh, Appius, go and check what she has to tell you. I was speechless, because I didn't expect that King Bosse, was following Miranjo, but now we understand that even before becoming the king, he was following her. So that was the hugest mistake he made, I guess. Talking about Boggi, at the beginning of the episode we see that King Bosse was using this great weapon, this great axe, to cut the stone into two parts, and then he said, over here I'm going to build a village, because Boggi has to have everything he needs. It's the same scene we saw in the previous episode when Boggi was cutting into two parts this huge rock, this huge stone. But with which weapon? At this point, was I right by saying that he was using the biggest weapon as much as his father? Or he was using the lightest one? We have to see that too. I'm pretty sure that they are going to show us, because now Boggi finished the training, he is ready, and he will show the result to Kage, of course, because he has to surprise him. So I can't wait for episode 9 to see how he will react about Boggi's strength. But he's the strongest of the world already. I mean, Boggi has this huge power inside his body. We talked about this in the previous episode, and the fact that Miranjo confirmed Bosse this, but is this the truth? I mean, we know that Miranjo likes to trick others, so when she was reflecting through the Kagami, through the mirror, that Boggi is the strongest right now, is this the truth, or is this just a way to put Boggi in danger, or to put Bosse in a difficult situation in the case they have to challenge one another and he is going to kill Boggi? I don't know, I'm just guessing, I'm just giving different options. There's nothing sure here, and this is another reason why I love this story, because things are getting complicated, and until we go on with this, we will never be sure of what's happening. Second of all, I wanted to say that Daida, now he is confined inside this dimension, and as I was telling you, I'm sure that Daida will be able to go out from there, and at this point he will join forces with Boggi. I don't know, but I have to say that maybe at the end we will find Boggi against Bosse, and at this point Daida will stay on Boggi's side. Who knows, because Daida is the tricked one. I mean, he was promised by Miranjo to have this strength to become the new king of the kingdom, and many promises that of course Miranjo, she broke all those promises because the intention was something else. But at this point I'm pretty curious to see what's his reaction about this, because once he will be able to go back to reality he will understand. But the most interesting thing is to see how Daida will be able to reach the outside world, that means the real world, how he will be able to go out from this dimension. And let's see, because I'm quite confident that Daida, as much as Domas that we see that in this episode he totally changed, I want to see even Daida's change, because I'm pretty sure that it will come. Maybe we will stay on his side from now on. I hope that he will be able to go out from there, because he's just a victim. I mean, Daida, as much as Bosse, as much as all the people who went next to Miranjo, they are all victims of this situation. So I hope that they will be able to defeat Miranjo, first of all, but second of all, that they will be able to show everybody that Miranjo is the problem here. This is what I thought so far. I don't know, because at this point I put a big question mark on Miranjo too. She was tricking Daida anyway. And this is something wrong from my perspective. Talking about Domas, I have to say that what Hokuro said, good job. First of all, yeah, good job Hokuro. I think he was really loyal to Bojji and he has to be praised because of this. We have to remind ourselves, as much as you said in the comments, that we are in a kingdom, and if we put ourselves in this context, we all know how a kingdom was. I mean, we all know that if we couldn't bring the prince back alive, let's say, we would have been punished. Yes. But at the same time, this is a fantasy story. I mean, this is something that is not existing. So I have to be honest with my true feelings. And I have to say that Hokuro was so loyal that he was able to risk his life in order to say the truth. And this is something that I admire of him. I think that he was the one and only person over there between the servants and all these people who cared about Bojji, because he saw that Bojji took care of him in the best way, in the most amazing and pure way. So there was not something else to do rather than being loyal to him. And I appreciated that he told everything to Healing, because that was the truth. And she needed to know, because she was sending Domas and him together with Bojji. So I think that if he didn't say anything about what was happening, it was even worse. I think if I put myself in Healing's position, it was better for me to know what happened for real, instead of trying to hide things. That was the best thing. So Hokuro, good job. I'm so happy because you are part of this team somehow. And at the same time, I'm happy to see the development of the character of Domas. Because, as we all know, he recognized his mistake, and when he said, I don't want to go back to the kingdom, or I will not be able to go back over there, I was imagining this in the previous episodes, I told you, because he didn't have enough strength to face Healing and the entire kingdom, so of course he didn't want to come back. But at the same time, King Bosse told him that he will not be able to go back inside the kingdom once again, even if, I open a bracket, I still have a doubt about this, because if Bojji will know everything that is happening, I think that Domas will be able to enter the kingdom once again, because Bojji has a pure heart and he doesn't want to harm others, so I think that he will give him another chance. But at this point, Bosse, he's talking to all of them, saying something in particular, but we still don't know what he clearly had to say to them. And this is so interesting. No matter what Domas said later to Hokuro, about the fact that he is not Daida, he is King Boss. I think he said something else, except of what he told Hokuro about the mission they have to do right now. Yeah, at the beginning when they were talking about the mission, I thought that Domas was ready to go and reach Boji somehow. But no, I think that they just have to defeat all these monsters underground. And the fact that he has this new mission, it makes me understand that Domas is ready to change. He is ready to redeem himself, first of all, by saving Hokuro. This was really nice. I think that was the best way to repay what Hokuro did as a loyal member of this kingdom. And at the same time, the fact that he said something really beautiful to Hokuro later, because he said, it's a thanks to you that I understood once again what does it feel to be innocent. And this is one of the best things Domas said to him, and I appreciate that they are elevating somehow a character like a Hokuro for all the reasons I told you so far. Domas has to reveal us the entire sentence that Bosse told him, because I don't think that that's enough, plus the person in charge to stay next to Healing. Yeah, that man, yeah, Bosse told him something else. And I want to know what that thing is. I'm so curious. Then Healing, come on, okay, we have to remember that we are inside a kingdom, so she's playing the role of the queen who is deciding who has to survive, who has to die. But Healing, you should be happy because Hokuro spilled the entire tea to you. So you should be confident and you should be proud to have some people like this next to you, because it was better for you to know the truth about everything that happened. Plus, you are the mom of Daida and you don't even realize that that's not Daida. I mean, you know your son, and at this point, I have to be honest that Healing doesn't know Daida so well. Because a mother can feel if something is wrong, if something is suspicious, if you can't recognize your son in front of your eyes. So that was surprising me a lot. But if we remember all the memories of Daida, we know and we saw that Daida was always behind the corner, checking Healing, taking care of Boji. And when she heard that Boji was in danger or was dead, she was crying hard. And at that time, she didn't even care about Daida. Where was he? What did he do? And things like this, okay? It's like as if at the end of the day, Healing is taking care more of a Boji than Daida. And this makes me understand she didn't even realize how Daida really is, because when she saw in front of herself Daida, she couldn't even realize that that was not Daida. First of all, because he was super strong and Daida had always this problem that he had to train more, that he had to push himself more. So suddenly something like this, Daida was becoming super strong. It's impossible, right? This story has so many characters. Last but not least, Bebin. I was right to say that he's still alive and he was rescued by the snakes. And thank you so much, Bebin, because you helped Boji so much. You helped him reaching Despa, and this is something great because it's a thanks to Despa that now Boji is super strong. And maybe he could have managed this huge strength that was inside himself that he couldn't control. This is something great. So thank you, Bebin. I had a wrong idea about you at the beginning, but now I could change my mind, and this is something great. When you have the ability to change your mind about characters, it means that the story is super great. I mean, when you have the ability or the possibility to change your vision about characters, it makes you understand that first of all, you're mature enough to change your opinions, and this is so great. But at the same time, this is a praise to the story. Because if the story is boring and has nothing else to say, we all know where we have to stay next to. I mean, we all know the sides we decide to take. But in this story, as much as in another super amazing story that I love, that is Shingeki no Kyojin, we know that it's so hard to take sides. We know that until the end we will never know what's going on, and this is something pretty awesome. Okay guys, let's see how it goes now. I mean, let's see if Domas and Hokuro can reach this underground and can defeat all those monsters, etc, etc. Let's see the reaction Healing will have by knowing that that's boss. Let's see what Miranjo is planning to do next. Let's see if Daida can survive and can go out from that dimension to get his personal revenge at this point, or to say that Miranjo is the problem, or if he will find a way to defeat her, maybe. Let's see if there will be a background story of Miranjo to understand where does she come from and why she turned into something like this, and why she was confined into the mirror, because this is the only question she didn't answer. She didn't want to answer, and this is so important. Let's see Boji, how he can surprise Kage with his huge, immense strength. Guys, let's see with episode 9 how this story goes on. Let me tell you the last detail, how cute Boji was when he was born. He was like a seed. It was so beautiful, and how his mom was kissing him. I love these scenes, so beautiful. Okay guys, I think for this episode that is it. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned because next week I come back with episode 9 of Ranking of Kings. In the meantime, feel free to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell. Bye guys, see you in the next video.